everyone, welcome back to my channel Destiny Moon Tarot. I hope you're all ready for today's reading. Today's reading is going to be all about what the person on your mind remembers you as, or how they remember you. Now this person could be literally anybody. It doesn't matter what your relationship with them was like. Okay, so this could be a friend that you're asking about, a colleague, an ex, someone who you're no longer in contact with, someone who you just don't talk to anymore, someone you just like drifted apart from, someone who you were separated from because of whatever circumstances, someone who has even passed away maybe. This is a bit of a different reading, mainly because I'm not, first of all, filming in the place that I normally film at. I film at my desk normally, but today I'm just filming in a different place. I'm literally sitting on the floor and filming this reading for you. And normally I also film my videos during the day, but today I'm filming this reading at night time. I started this reading like post midnight and it is currently 2 a.m. so I always film all of the three groups and then film the intro in the end, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So yeah, it's 2 a.m. right now, and this is just something that I was feeling drawn to do. I am a night owl, and yeah, I just wanted to see if like I'm intuitive at night, or like what my intuition is like, or how strong it is at night, basically, because I've never really done a reading at this time in the night. So yeah, I mean, this was mainly for me, but this reading is for you, and I guess your comments telling me whether this reading resonated with you or not is going to let me know whether my intuition is stronger at night or not. Okay, so yeah, I guess this is like something for both of us to find out, or all of us to find out rather. So yeah, without any further ado, let's get into your reading. As always, I have three groups prepared for you guys to choose from. We have group number 1 with the lapis lazuli heart crystal, group number 2 with the green aventurine heart crystal, and group number 3 with the opalite heart crystal. You can take as much time as you need. You can pause this video if you'd like to pick either one or multiple of these groups intuitively, and once you have done that, you can find the timestamps that correlate to your group's reading in the description box below, as well as in the pinned comments. Hi group 1, you guys chose this blue lapis lazuli heart crystal, so let's find out how the person on your mind remembers you. Now, if you missed the intro, I'm just going to repeat myself really quickly. In this video, you can think of any person on your mind. This could be an ex, this could be a colleague, this could be someone you haven't spoken to in a very long time, this could be a friend, this could be someone who has even passed away, and we're going to be finding out how they remember you, or how they remembered you, basically. Okay, and as always, I have all of your oracle cards pre-shuffled right here. I'm going to be beginning with these first. I'm going to be finding out what's like the main quality about you that they remember you as, and then I'm also going to be finding out how you made them feel. Okay, so like, you know how people say that nobody is going to remember you, in the sense that nobody is really going to remember what you did or what you said, but they are going to remember how you made them feel. So we're going to be finding out how you made this person feel, and that's how they remember you. Like, they remember you giving them this feeling. And then I'll also be getting in the tarot for you and finding out some more information about how this person remembers you. Now, first up here we have endurance. Okay, so group number 1, I feel like the person on your mind definitely remembers you as someone who's very strong. Okay, someone who has a very strong will, someone who is capable of and strong enough to be able to really get through a lot of hardship. Okay, they remember you as someone who was able to endure a lot, and maybe they also feel like what you have gone through, you really didn't deserve to go through these things. But whatever life, or like whatever situations you found yourself in, or you found yourself struggling with, you somehow faced them with a lot of bravery, and you got through them because you have a lot of strength, and because you have this capability of enduring a lot, which I don't think they necessarily believe that you deserved, but they are proud of how you got through a lot of hardships in life, and you know, were able to almost blossom and bloom into like a flower, into the person that you are, even though you were growing in an environment that was maybe hurting you, or toxic, or difficult, or you know, it's almost like you like they're very proud of how you have overcome very difficult situations, and how you've basically just, you know, managed to grow and blossom into someone amazing. And you know, you haven't really allowed the hardship of the world, or like the hardship of the situation, or the hardship of what was being thrown at you defeat you, or you know, affect you to a point where it made you sad and cynical or bitter. Okay, so I feel like, yeah, you've remained you somehow managed to remain sweet and strong, even though times were really difficult and tough. And that is something that they remember you as. They remember you as someone who was very strong, even though you didn't deserve to be put in a situation that was testing your strength. Okay, so that's how the person on your mind remembers you. They remember you with as someone who had endured a lot and was able to get through a lot of things in life. How did you make them feel, group number one? We have death and we have success. Okay, so again, just building up on what I was feeling with this endurance card, I definitely feel like this person on your mind, they felt like you basically changed their perspective of life as well. You maybe made them more optimistic, you maybe made them feel more blessed and abundant. Maybe looking at you go through hardships, they were maybe encouraged to look at the blessings in their own life, instead of, you know, thinking that they're a failure, or thinking that they don't have enough, or they don't do enough. I mean, they saw you doing a lot more with a lot less than what they had, and they really look up to you for that. And I think you were able to like change their mindset and also change their life essentially in a pretty big way. And that's how you made them feel. You made them feel alive again. You made them feel grateful and thankful and optimistic. You made them feel like they could be successful no matter what the world was telling them. Even if the world was telling them that they're a failure, you believed in them. You know, saw potential in them. You made them feel like they were successful, and you almost made them see themselves in a better light. So yeah, that's how you made them feel. You made them feel really loved and appreciated and successful and seen almost. Yeah, it almost feels like maybe the rest of the world couldn't see them, but you did, and they really appreciate that about you. It almost feels like you had your own problems, you had your own issues, but then for some reason you were able to still be there for them in a way that nobody else was able to be there for them, and they really appreciated that about you, group number one, for sure. Okay, I'm bringing in your tarot now. Let's find out. Let's get some more information about how the person on your mind remembers you as. Okay, so we have all of these cards that fell, so I'm gonna take all of them, I feel. Wait, let's see how many there are. Okay, so first up we have the Five of Pentacles, which just popped out. So yeah, that I'm gonna take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, maybe that's too many cards, but because I decided to take them, I'm just gonna take them all. Okay, so with the Five of Pentacles, what I can see is, again, with that death energy right there, I definitely feel like they remember you as someone who never complained or never got disappointed with challenges that came your way, or like, you never complained about the things that you didn't have. You never complained about the hardships that you had to face. You were somehow always optimistic. You were somehow always hopeful that you will be able to get through this situation and find success. And that's how they remember you. They remember you as someone who is very optimistic, someone who is very grateful, someone who is very thankful, someone who always had solutions to every problem, someone who never got disappointed with the hand that they were dealt in life. Okay, next up we have the Emperor. Okay, and that being right next to success, I feel like this person remembers you as someone who is very successful, or who has the potential to be very successful, or is capable of making their own success. Okay, this person remembers you as someone who is capable of being so disciplined, being such a go-getter, having all of those leadership qualities that are required for someone to become successful, to become something from nothing, to go from zero to becoming a hero. Okay, you have those qualities, you have that potential. And if you already feel like you are in a place where people would say that you are quite successful, I definitely feel like this person remembers seeing that potential in you, and remembers always feeling like you had it in you to go very far in life. This person, I feel like they believed in you just as much as you believed in them. And I think, especially if this is someone who you are no longer in touch with, or you've never spoken to them before, I feel like if they could say something to you, they would say how proud they are of you. For sure. Yeah, group number 1. Next up, we have the Chariot. Okay, so what I can see in the Chariot is that this person sees you as someone who's very fair, just, someone who is very spiritually protected. It almost feels like there are angels, or there's a higher power that's on your side, that's guiding you and helping you through difficult situations in your life. And I feel like that's where you draw, like, the main, like, directly from the source is where you get your strength. I'm hearing that song Holy by Justin Bieber, where there's a line that says, oh sorry, it's not from Holy, it's from Peaches, I think, by Justin Bieber, where he says, I get my light straight from the source. I feel like that's how this person on your mind remembers you, group number 1, as someone who gets their light straight from the source, someone who's very blessed, someone who has like a higher power that has their back. Okay, so yeah, and I do feel like they also see you as someone who would always do and say the right thing. Even if you had the opportunity to cheat your way to the top or lie your way to the top, you were still very self-righteous. You always did the right thing, and that's how they remember you. You never cheated, you never hurt someone, you never lied, you never took the shortcut. And that's what they remember you as someone who has a lot of integrity. Okay, yeah. Next up, we have the Five of Swords. Okay, so maybe this is someone who you maybe had a fallout with. Maybe you had an argument with them. Maybe like there was a misunderstanding that happened between you guys, and maybe that's why you guys don't talk anymore. But I feel like this person remembers you as someone who, even in that moment where they could have said, where you were maybe fighting or arguing with each other, and you had the opportunity to really hurt them, you didn't take that. You were still very kind, and you were still very accepting of them, even in this situation, even when maybe like things got really heated. You didn't really you know, take that as an opportunity to like air their dirty laundry. Like, you don't talk shit about them on the internet is something that I'm hearing. You don't go around telling people that you were right and this person was wrong. Like, you never revealed any of their secrets, even though you're not friends anymore, or even if, you know, you guys don't talk anymore. I feel like that's also an energy that I'm picking up on here. Next up, we have the Queen of Pentacles. I definitely see you as someone who's very forgiving, someone who's very nurturing, someone who has a very open heart and doesn't mind sharing their resources, sharing their abundance, sharing their wealth, sharing their success, sharing their wisdom with other people. You're just very good at sharing. You're very good at not being selfish, group number one. I think that's something that this person on your mind really remembers you as, someone who's not at all selfish, someone who's very nurturing, someone who's very giving. Yeah. Next up, we have the Four of Swords. Okay, so what I can see in the Four of Swords is that this person probably thinks that you are someone who, like, maybe is too giving at a point, like to a point where it, you know, even starts affecting you. Like, even if you don't have enough energy in your cup, you still try to pour energy into other people's cups. Like, even if you're running on like battery saver mode, you're still somehow able to find the energy to be there for others and to support others. And that's how they remember you as. They remember you as someone who's always helped this person whenever they needed you, whenever they felt like they're tired and they're exhausted and they just need to talk to someone, or they just need someone's support. I feel like you were always there for them, group number one, and they really love that about you, and they really appreciate the fact that in the Knave of Cups, that you were someone who was always like really nice to them, really kind to them, very compassionate with them. You always knew the right thing to say. You always knew exactly what they wanted to hear in that moment, and they really appreciate that about you. They appreciate the fact that you were very kind and charming and good with your words, group number one. That's how they remember you. And next up, we have the Six of Pentacles. So yes, very sharing, very giving energy is what they remember you as, and they resonate you with. Okay, so like if they were to like it almost feels like they feel like they're indebted to you, like they could never give you back all of the things that you have given them, which I think is very beautiful. And I don't think you feel this way. I don't think you feel like you've done this person a favor or anything by being there for them or by being nice to them. You were just this way because that's how you are. You didn't have any ulterior motive when you were being nice or kind to them, or when you were interacting with them. But this person somehow feels like they owe you a lot, and they don't think they'll ever be able to give you back the things that you were able to give to them. And you know, they almost feel like they will never be able to repay you back for the things that you have done for them, and the way that you have been there for them, they'll probably never be able to be that way with you, no matter how much they try. So yeah, that's what I can see here for you guys, group number one. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. Did it resonate or not? If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel for more readings from me, and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye guys. Hi group 2, welcome to your reading. You guys chose the Green Aventurine Heart Crystal, so let's find out how the person on your mind remembers you. Now if you missed the intro, I'm just gonna quickly repeat myself and let you know that in this reading, what I'm aiming to do is finding out what the person on your mind, how they remember you. Okay, so this could be a person who is your ex, is a friend, is a colleague, is someone who has passed away, is someone you haven't spoken to in a long time. It doesn't matter who this person is or what your relationship with them was like. I am aiming to find out what they remember you like, okay, what they remember you as, how they remember you. Okay, so irrespective of what kind of relationship you had with this person, I'm just gonna be finding out how they currently feel about you, basically, or how they remember you. So as always, I have all of the oracle cards pre-shuffled right here. I will be bringing in tarot for you in a while as well. This card right here is what I'm gonna be starting off with, and I'm gonna be finding out what the main thing is that this person basically remembers you as, the main quality of you that they remember about you, basically. These two cards are gonna show me how you made this person feel, because you know what they say, nobody's gonna remember what you did, they're gonna remember how you made them feel. So we're gonna find out how you made them feel. Okay, so let's start off with the first card here, which is protection. Okay, so something that I can see in protection group number 2 is that this person remembers you as someone who is very protective, someone who defended people who they were very close to, people who were very important to them. They were protective, that you were protective over people who were important to you and you loved. Okay, not maybe in like a psycho, crazy, like stalkerish, possessive, like you are mine and nobody else can have you kind of way. I just feel like you made this person feel very safe, feel very loved, feel like they could trust you and depend on you, because you were always watching out for them or protecting them, or you had their highest interest in mind. Okay, so they definitely see you as someone who protected them and made them feel very safe and sound and secure. Okay, next up we have sadness. Okay, sadness, and we had stop. Okay, so how you made them feel was a little bit sad. You made them feel a little bit sad and they wish they could stop feeling sad about it and stop feeling sad about you. That's how they remember. You maybe they were the one who was a little bit too overprotective of you, or maybe they used to have a problem with how protective you were. Maybe they didn't see that you were just trying to look out for them. Maybe they felt like you're holding on to them too tight, or you're not giving them their freedom, and they wish they could stop that. Okay, so I definitely feel like maybe they didn't really understand that your protectiveness came from like a very nurturing center and nurturing energy, and not in like this dominant energy, and that makes them feel sad. They wish they could have like a different opinion of you, or they feel like they wish they could stop themselves from being annoyed at your protectiveness over them. Or yeah, it just almost feels like this person kind of regrets not valuing you, or not really understanding your point of view when they had you, or not appreciating you when they had you in their life. Or like I don't know why it feels like this is past energy. I don't know why this feels like you no longer are in contact with this person, maybe. Okay, let's just find out how they feel about you. The moon. Okay, so I definitely feel like they think about you at night and they cry a lot. They think about you mostly at night. There is the sense of like regret they have, maybe towards like how this connection ended, or where you guys left things off, or maybe they misunderstood you and that created a like rift between you guys. They have some sort of regret because they feel like they didn't really understand you. Yeah, they almost felt like you were suffocating them, but what you were actually doing was encouraging them to fly. And they're realizing that now. They're realizing that they were not stuck to you. They were not, you know, being attached to you. You were not holding on to them. You were like asking maybe for reassurance. You were maybe asking for closure. Maybe you were asking for commitment, which they couldn't give you, and they really regret that, and they think about that at night. And I feel like they cry a lot when they think about you or when they remember you. Yeah. Next up, we have the Four of Pentacles. So yeah, I feel like they remember you as someone who probably held on to them too tight and didn't really give them their freedom. But I still feel like they're maybe now realizing that that was all stemming from like a place of protectiveness, and that was stemming from a place of maybe you wanting to spend more time with them. Yeah, and maybe this person just like misunderstood your intentions, and they really regret that, is what I'm seeing. Next up, we have the Knight of Wands. So yeah, I think they remember you as someone who was very energetic, very adventurous, had a lot of passions, had a lot of dreams, goals, desires. Maybe they were someone who was the same age as you, so they remember you as someone who's like the same age as them, maybe. Yeah, like maybe both of you were the same age is something that I'm hearing. I don't know why, but yeah. Next up, we have the Seven of Cups. Yeah, they do remember you as someone who had a lot of options. You had a lot of potential. You had a lot of interests, but for some reason they feel like they wasted your time. It almost feels like they feel like you could be chasing your dreams, you could be going after something big instead of trying to chase them or hold on to them. And it almost feels like they remember you as someone who had so much potential, but you maybe threw it away, or maybe you didn't fully realize your potential or fully live up to your potential because you were too busy chasing after them, or you were too busy wanting them to spend time with you. With the Five of Cups, what I can see is that this person sees you as someone who really tried your level best to hold on to them. You tried your level best to make this person understand how you were feeling, but for some reason maybe they weren't able to understand how they were hurting you or realize that they were hurting you. Maybe they just thought that you were being too over dramatic or too sensitive at the time, but I feel like now it's making sense to them. Now they really regret the way that they had treated you. Next up, we have the Ten of Cups. Oh my god. Okay, so I definitely feel like this person remembers you as someone who's full of life. You had so much love to give. You were maybe also a hopeless romantic, and somehow it almost feels like they broke your heart, and they maybe are the reason why you don't believe in love anymore, or maybe like they regret the fact that they were not able to give you the kind of love that you were giving them. They feel bad, they feel sad, they wish that you would take them back, or they wish that they could come back. They almost wish that their ego wasn't big enough or strong enough for them to like be able to come and apologize to you and offer you that cup of love again. But I feel like this person just feels like even if you did give them another chance, they would still not be able to give you the love that you deserve. So they're better off, or rather you are better off without them. Like they've made that decision for you, group number 2. It almost feels like that. Yeah, but I definitely feel like in the Ten of Cups, this person knows and sees that you deserve all of the love in the world, and they hope that you are able to find someone who's able to give you your happily ever after. They do wish you the best. They do hope that you are going to end up with someone or something that's going to give you the emotional fulfillment that this person failed to give you. So yeah, I mean, that's a beautiful energy here. Okay, next up we have the Magician. So yeah, I still feel like this person thinks that you are the magician. You are someone who is capable of achieving anything that they set their mind and their heart to. I feel like they look at you as someone who can make something out of nothing. They look at you as someone who has so much potential and you can go so very far in life, but they also see that you are maybe better off without them, that they are the one holding you back, and then they would be the one who would not really let you live up to your full potential. So I feel like the things that they thought you were not letting them do at the beginning is what they feel like they couldn't do. So they almost feel like there's a feeling here that when they remember you, I think they think that they have been projecting their insecurities and their shortcomings on you, and they kept blaming you for having these insecurities and shortcomings, and that's why they had to step away from you or break up with you or not be with you anymore or cut contact with you. But now they're realizing that the things that they thought you were the problem with were actually the problems that they had, were actually their own flaws that they were projecting onto you. So that's what I can see here, group number 2. I definitely feel like this person has deep respect for you. We have the bottom deck energy as the 6 of Cups. I definitely feel like this person thinks that you are their soulmate, that you are one of their soulmate, and that you were in their life for a reason, and that you were able to help them grow and develop and evolve in a way that they wish they were able to do for you, but somehow they feel like they would never live up to your expectations, and they could never give you the things that you want from them because they somewhere feel like they're incapable of being that way with someone else, or that they're incapable of giving you the things that you deserve. Group number 2. Let's just get 2 more cards. Okay, let's just find out how they feel about you right now. Okay, I mean, this is how they remember you, but let's find out how they feel about you, like in this current moment. Okay, so we have 3 cards right here. We have the Star. Okay, so they look at you as someone who has so much potential. They look at you as someone who's very inspirational, someone who is out here living their best life. You might be someone right now who is attracting a lot of people towards them. You are the center of attention. You are shining bright. You have a lot of people's attention. There are a lot of admirers in your life. Maybe that's how they feel about you right now, like you've leveled up, you've grown up, you no longer want them anymore, like you're out of their league now, is maybe also some way that they're seeing you. Next up we have the Hermit. So I also feel like they maybe think that right now they feel like you are someone who has done a lot of healing. You have done a lot of inner work. You have done all of this work on your own and for yourself without anybody's help, and you've reached the top. You have become the star. You have become this person who has leveled up, and they now see you as someone who is actually a blessing in their life. They see you as someone who is moving very fast and you are moving away from them. You are you're no longer someone who's still chained to them or still expects them to come back. You're no longer in need of them, is how they see. Like you're growing apart, and that they almost see you as someone who's growing and developing into the best version of themselves, and that person is moving further and further away from them. That's what I can see here. Group number 2. Yeah, I feel like this person definitely has deep regret with how they treated you and how things ended. But I feel like their ego is too big, or they just are still not secure enough in their own self to even believe that you would take them back. If they tried, like maybe you wouldn't even accept their apology. Maybe they feel like you've like even blocked them, or You no longer want to talk to them, you no longer maybe even remember them, is also a feeling that I'm picking up on here, group number 2. So yeah, let me know what you think about this reading in the comments below. I think I'm gonna end your reading on this note right here. If you enjoyed this reading, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and also subscribe to my channel for more readings from me if you liked my energy and would like to watch more readings from me. And I'll see you all in my next one. Bye guys. Hi group 3, welcome to your reading. You guys chose this gorgeous opalite heart crystal. So let's find out what the person on your mind, or how the person on your mind rather, remembers you. Now if you missed the intro, I'm gonna just quickly let you know how this reading is going to go. For some reason I'm a little bit out of breath for you guys, group number 3. Don't know if that means anything. Maybe the person that you're thinking about has asthma, or has like respiratory issues maybe. Oh yeah, or maybe this is someone who maybe I'm picking up on their energy, like they're nervous to come through in this reading. But yeah, I mean, how we're gonna go about with this reading is that I have all of your oracle cards pre-shuffled right here. So this first card right here in the middle is going to be showing me what this person remembers you as. Okay, so like the main thing, like when they think of group number 3, when they hear group number 3's name, what's the first thing that pops into their mind? What's the quality that pops into their mind? And then we have how you made them feel. Okay, because you know what they say, people are gonna forget the things that you did, but they'll never forget the way you made them feel. So we're gonna find out how you made them feel and how they remember you making them feel. Okay, so first up, let's start with our first card here, Serenity. Okay, with Serenity, what I can see is that this person remembers you as someone who's very serene, who's very calm, very collected, very peaceful, very zen. Maybe this is how you made them feel as well. Maybe you were just someone they remember as who was not in a rush. You always enjoyed being present in the present moment. Or like at least when you were interacting with them, it felt like you're not in a rush. You had all the time in the world, especially when you would interact with this person or like spend time with them. You were never in a rush. That's how they felt, okay, about you. Like that's what they remember, that you were never in a rush around them. Next up, we have Hunger and we have Isolation. Okay, so I feel like they remember you as someone who they remember you as someone who made them feel hungry for knowledge, hungry for more. Like you made them want to go after the things that they wanted to go after. Maybe you basically enabled them and told them that none of their dreams were big enough, or that, you know, you introduced them to things that they wanted to know more about. Okay, you almost made them come out of their shell even. Okay, so I do feel like somehow you were able to give them some sort of confidence or some sort of passion, some sort of encouragement even, and that's how they remember you, as someone who was very encouraging and someone who basically pulled this person out of their shell, pulled them out of like their hermit mode, and you made them want to actually go out into the world and explore and find out more things, and just like, you know, read up more, find out about more things, talk about things that they've never spoken about before. Yeah, like you opened their mind to things, especially the Page of Cups. What I can see is that you definitely opened up their mind to things that they were not aware of, okay, to topics that they were not aware of, to perspectives that they were not aware of, to ideas that they were not aware of. Okay, you basically brought a lot of conversation starters, a lot of ideas, a lot of wisdom and knowledge into their life. That's how they remember you. Next up, we have the Nine of Swords. Okay, so I do feel like they also remember you as someone who helped them when they were feeling anxious. Okay, so you helped them with their social anxiety, even, is something that I'm picking up on, or just like their anxious thoughts, or like when they would feel like they're not enough or not doing enough, or you know, when they would feel anxious, you would somehow bring a lot of serenity and calmness and peace into their life. Group number 3, and that's how they remember you, as someone who, yeah, brought like a lot of peace. And like I'm seeing this white light, so it almost feels like you brought in like a white light into their lives. Group number 3. Yeah. Okay, next up we have more cards than I wanted to pull out for you. Just one more card extra, so it's okay, no problem. We will go through all of them. First up though, we have the Two of Swords. Okay, so I feel like this person remembers you as someone who was highly intuitive, someone who always tried to do the right thing and tried to like make a pros and cons list, or like try to do the thing where both practicality and spirituality can coexist. So maybe you took decisions, like they really liked the way that you took decisions, because they feel like you took decisions by like keeping two things in mind: your intuition and also like practical logical thinking. Okay, and they really looked up to you for that. They remember you as someone who was very good at making decisions, especially like stressful situations that you have to make very quickly. You were able to do that very well, and that's what they remember about you. Next up, in the Four of Cups, what I can see is that this person saw you as someone who was never bored. Like you always had something in front of you. You always had a task in front of you, or you always had something that you were interested in doing. Maybe you had like many interests, maybe you had like many sources of income, or you had too many things that required your attention at the same time, and you were somehow like never really free enough to just sit and relax. Like they always saw you as someone who was a bit of a multitasker, or someone whose attention was being drawn to like multiple different directions constantly. Okay, like they never saw you getting bored, they never saw you basically resting and relaxing. They basically just always saw you doing something. Okay, whether that's for other people or for yourself. It's like you were always either bettering yourself or helping other people better themselves, or like, you know, you were doing the task that you had at hand, or like you were learning something new. Like there was always something going on, something interesting going on in your life. Like there was not a dull moment in your life, is how they remember you. Okay, next up we have the Knave of Wands, which is the Page of Wands. So with the Page of Wands, what I can see is that definitely you were someone that they remember as someone who was full of like youthful energy, someone who was very passionate, someone who was very curious, someone who had this like childlike sense of wonder almost. Like you were always willing to learn new things, you were always willing to try new things, you were very spontaneous, very adventurous, is what I'm picking up on here. Next up, in the Six of Cups, what I can see is that this person definitely remembers you as someone who is a soulmate for sure, is their soulmate for sure. Like this person considers you their soulmate, that there was like a higher and a divine purpose for you to come into their life, because they feel like you taught them a lot, you showed them the ropes, and a lot of what they are today or who they are today, they credit that to you, or they think it's because of you, and they think that, you know, they're grateful for you basically for coming into their life and teaching them a lot of things that they would have probably never really known had you not introduced these things to them. Okay, like yeah, that's what I'm picking up on. In the Eight of Swords, I definitely feel like this person remembers you as someone who was never the victim. Okay, they always like saw you, or like they remember you as someone who would never doubt yourself. You would never say bad things about yourself. You were always very confident, and you also encouraged this person to be very confident and to never live in that victim mentality or lack mentality. Yeah, they see you as someone who would always like get knocked down 7 times and pick themselves 8 times. You were always someone who would have your chin up, your head up, so your crown doesn't slip no matter what life throws at you. Next up, with the Two of Cups, I do feel like this was maybe like a romantic partner, or maybe they remember having like romantic feelings towards you. So maybe this is someone who maybe you friend zoned, or maybe like you dated briefly but then things didn't work out, but they think of you and they remember you very highly. They think of you very highly, and they hold you at a very high regard for sure. Group number 3, I definitely feel like this is the kind of person who really believes that they could have conversations with you for hours and not get bored. They remember you as someone who's so entertaining, who's so full of life, who's so full of wisdom that they would never be bored with you. Yeah, and they do wish that they could continue this romantic pursuit with you, or that they could have and experience something romantic with you, but maybe that didn't happen, or maybe it was very short-lived. But yeah, they do, I think they do remember having romantic feelings for you. Yeah, maybe they didn't even mention that to you, but I feel like they did have romantic feelings for you. Like when they think about you, maybe they wonder if they actually did like you in a romantic way, in a romantic sense. Yeah, but they definitely saw you as someone who really made them a better person. Yeah, they look up to you a lot, group number 3. Yeah, it almost feels like, yeah, you got them out of their shell, you made them a better person. And yeah, I definitely feel like the vibe that I'm picking up on is like, if this person goes on to being famous or something, like if they write a book, they would dedicate that book to you. Or like if they would get an award, in their acceptance speech they would say, I'd like to thank group number 3. Like, yeah, like that's what I'm picking up on. Like this person maybe sends you those vibes where they are very thankful and grateful that you were a part of their life, or are a part of their life, no matter how long or short that lasted for, basically, is something that I'm seeing here. Yeah, yeah, they definitely do have like a lot of love, a lot of respect, and a lot of admiration for you. They look up to you a lot. I'm getting a feeling that you're either the same age, or maybe you were older than them. Like you're either the same age, or you are older than them, or wiser than them, is what they feel. Or maybe they feel like even though you were the same age, somehow you have grown and developed a lot more and a lot faster than they have. But for some of you, I definitely feel like this is someone who's maybe younger than you. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so yeah, that's the reading that I have for you guys, group number 3. I hope you enjoyed it. It's a beautiful reading. Definitely a lot more positive than some of the other readings tonight. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments below. Let me know if it resonated or not. If you liked this video and enjoyed it, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. If you like my energy and would like to watch more readings from me, please consider subscribing to my channel as well. It's free of cost and it helps me grow as a creator here on YouTube. And I will see you all in my next one. Bye guys.